What is up to all my fellow members of the Asgardian League of Fantasy? It is messy in here. Excuse the mess that you just saw up here. I didn't realize that was in sight. Yeah, there we go. I like this view right here. Anyway, it is your boy Kamish, Olive Juice 88, coming to you with the Week 3 recap. We had some shockers this week. Murphy beat me by 20. I don't know what happened. Not real sure what the Lions are doing with Jahmyr Gibbs. Bijan had a down week. Calvin Ridley was down again this week, and it cost me. And he got me by 20 points. In this game, I am giving Zaire Franklin the defensive MVP with 35 points. He had 15 tackles and a sack. It's a pretty legit game there from him. And I believe he plays for the Colts, and they beat Baltimore, which was also shocking. So, seems like Week 3 is just, set for shockers. Brad wins a game. He trades most of his best players and still comes out with a win. Somehow, don't really know how, over Mr. Russell, Josh Russell, by 17 points. Melvin takes out Brian Carden, by 45 points. Eric, against a longtime friend, Josh Jansen, only comes out with a 5-point victory. This was the closest matchup. And a couple weeks ago, we had a interesting decision in a start for Myles Garrett over TJ Watt. This week, Myles Garrett, for some reason, is on the bench with 44 points. He is our bench MVP. Had he been in the game, it's a W. Plain and simple for Josh Jansen. Myles Garrett, 44 points with 5 tackles, 3.5 sacks, and a forced fumble. In a game where the Cleveland defense completely shut down the Titans offense. I think the Titans offense had like 90 total yards of offense. Completely insane. Hopefully, I don't even know what to expect from the Titans this year anymore, to be honest. I think, Tennessee should just go ahead and start Malik Willis the next 7 games, see what they got. Start Will Levis the last 7 games, see what happens. And then, when we go 1-16, we can draft Caleb Williams next year. But other than that, I don't think they've got much going on. In our final matchup, we had another family affair with old Papa Bear finally getting a dub this year. I'm so proud, as it only took 3 weeks this year for him to get his first win. And in a convincing fashion, it was our highest point differential for this week, 59 points. Keenan Allen, offensive MVP for the week, 45.5 points. He had 18 catches for 215, and he threw a touchdown pass to Mike Williams. He put up 212 points in this game, which I believe is top 5 all-time highest scoring week. I think it's number 5 exactly. I should have actually put a note in for that, but I'm slacking. As you can see, I'm in the vehicle. I'm sitting out here in line waiting to pick the kids up from school. So I'm trying to get this done before they let out here in the next 20 minutes or so. So I kind of rushed through it and didn't get all my notes. But yes, it was a top 5 performance. I'm pretty sure it was number 5 on the dot with 212-ish points. Like I said, Keenan Allen, MVP. He threw a touchdown to Mike Williams, who unfortunately tore his ACL, I believe, on the next offensive play that the Chargers had. And he's going to be done for the year. Sad. I had in another league, another league, I had Mike Williams. In the same league where I had Nick Chubb. And, that's how it crumbles sometimes. And I'm just starting to think it's not my year in that league. So we'll see what happens. A couple other things. Last year, week 3. Now that I've gotten to the point to where I can reference my notes from the previous season, I'll try to stick to somewhat of that format. We did a little rookie watch and an early playoff projection in week 3 last year. So this year I'm going to do the same thing. Our early rookie watch, it boils down to receivers. Bijan, Jahmyr Gibbs, they're getting off to slow starts running back wise. So we're going to look at the receivers. Puka Nacua, really kind of bursting onto the scene. He was a 4th round rookie draft pick. He's leading the way as far as offensive rookies are concerned. He's just chilling on my roster. It will be interesting to see what he does once Cooper Kupp comes back, if he can hold up. I'm expecting another big week for him this week against the Indianapolis Colts, and hopefully he completely smashes so that I can get back on the right track winning-wise. We also got Marvin Mims and Tank Dell showing out. Mims is, I don't think he's cracked 30% snap share yet this year, but he's doing things in minimal snaps. He's scored more points than Bijan, more points than Jahmyr Gibbs, and they're playing a much higher percentage of the snaps than he is. And then Tank Dell had an explosion last week. C.J. Stroud wanted the Texans to go out and get Tank Dell. I think they worked out together in the offseason, and it's really showing how much C.J. is liking him so far. On the defensive end, we've got Brian Branch leading the way for all rookies, including offense. He's a safety for the Detroit Lions. He's on waivers, so if you want to take a shot at maybe a defensive back holding it down, he's out there. You won't be able to pick him up till next week since Detroit's already played. And then Will Anderson, he's really the only defensive rookie that has been started in lineups. Brad is over there running him out every week, I think, so far. And, he's doing okay. But he's not putting up numbers like they want him to. But we'll see how it progresses. They were, who's the head coach for the Texans? He came over from the Niners, so maybe he was hoping to use him like Joey Bosa, and maybe who knows, maybe he can turn into that. So, and if he does, he's gonna be a pretty solid defensive play every week. But it remains to be seen, and we'll see what happens. Also remaining to be seen, we've got playoffs. It is a long way away, but I like to look and see what I think might happen. So far in the standings, it looks a little weird. Not gonna lie, a couple of teams performing better than I expected, and a couple of teams performing not so good as I would have imagined, myself included. It's all dependent on them rookie running backs. Let's hope they get back on track. But anyway, I would like to go on record projecting that Melvin and Eric are probably going to be our top 2 seeds again with the buys. Followed up by I'm going to go with Papa Bear as the 3 seed, as the second entrant from that division. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say Matt Murphy, with Alvin Kamara and Cooper Kupp coming back, makes it to the 4 seed. And then myself and Josh Jansen wrapping up the 5 and 6 seeds. So we'll see what happens. On the other side, on the just missing out, I've got Russell as a 7 seed, followed by the 2 Bryans at 7 and 8, or 8 and 9. Brian Smith 8, Brian Carden 9, and Brad all the way down at 10. I don't expect him to continue his winning ways. After getting his win last week, I still expect him to be at the bottom, after trading away a lot of his depth and really 2 best players probably in Justin Herbert and James Conner. So we'll see how it plays out. I meant to go back and look at what I projected last year and see how it played out. But I forgot. Just plain and simple, I forgot. So other than that, the last thing I got for this week is the Week 4 preview. After pretty interesting game last night, the Lions taking it to the Packers. We did have some notable players playing out there last night. In the first game of the week, we've got myself taking on Brian Carden. Right now, the score is 9.1 to 12.5 with Carden in the lead. The projections still have me favored. I'm 1 and 2, and he is 2 and 1. So we'll be looking to take that to both of us 2 and 2. That's what I'm hoping for. Get that W this week. Get back on track. In the second game, we've got Brad taking on Matt Murphy. Murphy is favored. Brad is currently leading 12.4 to 2.4. Brad is 1 and 2. Murphy is 2 and 1. Third game, we've got Josh Jansen taking on Pops. They're both 1 and 2. They didn't have anybody go last night, so that score is still 0-0. Pops is favored. Murphy is currently still favored, even though he is currently losing his matchup. And in the fourth game, we've got Josh Russell taking on Eric. Eric is up 19.5 points after having a couple of players go in the game last night. Russell didn't have anybody go, so it's just 19-0. Eric is favored with the projections. And then in the last game, Melvin taking on Brian Smith. Melvin 3-0 and Brian 1-2. And Melvin is in the lead 16.6-0 as Brian didn't have anybody go. So all that being said, it's going to be an interesting weekend. I can't wait to see how it all plays out. And just like to say good luck to y'all. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next week with the Week 4 recap.